smoky look, but I wanted to keep it neutral so that you could wear it at any time of the day. So let's get started. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you continue with this video, and also follow me on all my social media so you can be kept up to date with my latest looks. So the first thing that I did was I took a piece of Scotch tape and applied it to the back of my hand, and then I peeled it off and applied it from my lower lash line to the tip of my eyebrow. And this is so we can have a straight line when we're finished with this look. Next, I jumped into my Morphe 35N palette, and I took the lightest shade from the palette and applied it all over my lid to set my eyeshadow base, which I used the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I then went into this light brown shade and applied it to my crease as a transition shade. And then I jumped into a more orangey brown shade and also applied it to my crease just to give it a little more color. Then I went into this deeper brown shade and applied it to my outer V, and I blended it up into my crease to give it a little more depth. And then after that, I blended all of those colors together using a fluffy blending brush. Now for the fun part. I took this black shade and applied it like a winged liner, and you want to be really careful with this part because you don't want to bring it out too far, and you also want to keep it pretty close to the lash line. Then I went in with a small fluffy crease brush and blended out that eyeshadow so that you can have a very smoky look. And after that, I applied this lightest shade in the palette to my brow bone and to my inner corner. Now moving on to the face, I took my Naked Skin foundation from Urban Decay, and mine is in the shade 4.5, and I just applied a bunch of dots around my face and then blended it out with a brush. For concealer, I went into my trusty Instant Age Rewind Concealer from Maybelline, and I applied it in a triangle shape underneath my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin, and then I blended it out with a small buffer brush. And to set my foundation and concealer, I applied my RCMA No Color Powder. And guys, if you don't have this powder, you have to get it. It is the best setting powder I have ever tried. It leaves no color behind, and it has a perfect finish for when you are taking pictures or for anything. And now to warm up my skin, I took my little black book of bronzers from Too Faced and used the shade Chocolate Soleil and applied it just below my cheekbones and to the perimeter of my face. Staying within that little black book of bronzers, I took the shade Pink Leopard and applied it to the apples of my cheeks. And I have to say, this shade turned out perfect. I've never used it before, and I decided to use it as a blush because there were some pink tones to it, and it just turned out perfect. I love it. So for highlighter, I took my Anastasia Beverly Hills Gleam Glow Kit, and I applied the shade Mimosa just above my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, and on my cupid's bow. Jumping back to the eyes, I took my Morphe 35N palette again and applied this dark brown shade to my lower lash line. So for lashes, I decided to use my Pixie Luxe lashes from House of Lashes, and they are just gorgeous. And then to blend my real lashes to my falsies, I applied my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And now for the grand finale. Can I get a drum roll? I applied my NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Cherry Skies. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more great videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a huge thumbs up. So until next time, bye-bye!